Hello, welcome back to Meta Perfume. I'm Emily, and I'm going to continue today with my series on Armaf, covering the Italiano series. Well, there's just two for women, and there is Italiano Donna and Italiano Donna Vivo, which we'll go through today. Sadly, both are not super widely available, but you can find them. I just investigated the Italiano Donna. You can find on the fragrance net site, but only in the little pen size, although it is a spray pen and not a roller ball. So I would recommend picking that up. It's only about like $11 with their regular discount, 25% off, 30% off, even more maybe. And I did find it on a site called the Perfume Box, which I'd never bought from before, so I can't really vouch for it, but it is available. So I'm going to start with the Italiano Donna because that's the first one that I found, and this is one of my favorite perfumes. This is literally like a staple in my winter collection, and I went through that whole pen and then bought this as a backup bottle, and I'm excited for the weather to turn a little cooler because I think it works a lot better in cool weather, probably less than 70 degrees, but it's delicious. So the top notes on this are mandarin, orange, and orange blossom, and it doesn't scream orange blossom to me. I get the orange more prominently than the orange blossom. I don't even think of this as a white floral, although that's what it's categorized as on Fragrantica. The heart has lily, carnation, and jasmine, so more white florals, but they're not the stars of this fragrance. The prominent components are in the base, the tonka and the vanilla, and then sandalwood and musk. I think the musk is the least prominent of the base notes. It's mostly the tonka, vanilla, and sandalwood, and then the orange. And then people say they get the lily, but I wouldn't recognize lily in this. I get a lot of compliments on this. It's very cozy smelling. I think that's the vanilla, tonka, sandalwood base. And then the orange is uplifting, so it's got this like lovely combination of like warm and cozy with the base notes, and also like sort of uplifting with the orange, and then like kind of a grounded, complex, like nuanced thing with the heart notes of the lily, carnation, and jasmine, and orange blossom. So I really think the white florals take a backseat in this, but you know, maybe that's just my skin or my nose. So if you like this fragrance and perceive it differently, let me know what you think. So yeah, this is got good longevity. I'd say it's got like 6 hours, probably 7 hours maybe. I want to spray it a little bit. Okay. Yeah, definitely a fall, winter, cooler weather fragrance. Good longevity, nice for evening, but daytime is good too. It's just got that coziness. Oh my goodness, something just flew into my tree. Sorry. It's squirrels. Yeah, it's a really, really lovely, nice fragrance. I would recommend checking it out if those notes sound good to you. Picking up the little pen on Fragrance Net while they still have it, or if you trust them, risking the Perfume Box, who has this for like around $21, so really good deal. That's Italiano Donna by Armaf. And the next one I have is the Italiano Donna Vivo, which is equally as hard to find. Apparently, I thought this one was a little easier to find, but it wasn't when I looked. I did find like a couple on eBay, and you know, I think here and there you can find it, but it's not super widely available anymore. Sorry. But this is very different. It's, to my nose, a primarily raspberry and musk fragrance, but not a sweet raspberry, like a dry, like true raspberry scent. It's the most like true to raspberry smelling fragrance that I've smelled. And it's in the top, it's got raspberry, rose, and geranium. And I don't really get the rose, and I feel like the other florals are just kind of balancing and mixing well enough underneath that raspberry that you don't think, I don't think floral. I think raspberry musk when I put this on. And there's black currant, and that black currant does play in nicely with the raspberry. So top again, raspberry, rose, carnation. Mid is, or the heart is peony, black currant, and pink pepper and jasmine. And then in the base, cedar, musk, and vanilla. And I don't get much vanilla. The cedar is super subtle. It's just kind of adding just a little bit of complexity. So this is a nice, like, complex, fruity but not overly sweet raspberry fragrance with the musk. And maybe, you know, you perceive the rose more than I do, but I don't get a lot of the rose in there. With the peony, geranium, I would think it would be more sweet, but I think it's balanced nicely with the pink pepper, and it's just a really like nice, kind of mature. I wouldn't say it's like super mature, but it's not sweet, which is what I associate with youthful fragrances, is a sweetness, and it doesn't smell sweet to me. It smells like fruity and dry, if that makes sense. Just raspberry. So the longevity is pretty good. I'd say 5 or 6 hours with this one. This is a good fragrance in the spring, fall, even summer and winter, just applying a little bit different amounts. You go real light in the summertime and a little heavier in the winter. I think this might be a little more appropriate for evening than for daytime, just given the sort of like musky richness of the fragrance. But you know, if you could get away with it in the day, it's not gonna seem weird. Yeah, so this is the Italiano Donna line by Armaf. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will continue shortly. I bought some new fragrances, so I think I'm going to do a little haul, unboxing, first impressions video before I do in-depth reviews of my new ones. So stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe and like, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.